We got some extended exploration and collection in this part, mostly by accident, because I just get incredibly lost and just end up finding a bunch of seashells. For instance, there's one right here, surrounded by zombies, and under a piece of grass.
I love that every time you open the menu, that dumb Yoshi doll is looking at you.
We only ever see it from the side.
He's judging your choice of items.
That looks terrifying.
So that's actually useful. That's a warp panel. It's kind of a bit of a fast travel mechanic. But right now it only teleports you to that same exact panel.
Yeah, you need to find the other ones first.
So someone else is mentioning, I can't remember if it was on the forums or in a YouTube comment, but about placing bombs. It was different in this game, where as soon as you put it down, it just dropped it right in front of you, rather than in the Oracle games, where if you use the bomb, it started by lifting it above your head. So you had the option of leaving it in one place in this game, but in the Oracle games, you kind of had to throw it.
And I had to get used to that again, which is still obnoxious. Now, I thought I couldn't bypass that, like I'd have to get an item later. No, you can blow that thing up with a bomb.
Yeah, it's modern art, though. Destroying it would be a crime.
Creepy owl statue.
So you can tell this is a prairie because there's so much grass. Look who it is!
Oh no, Ralph has returned.
He doesn't have his hat, though.
Or his eyebrows.
Right.
That's because this is actually Richard.
Yeah.
He's a different character. He's about as useless.
Yeah, so Ralph is kind of based off of Richard. It's not the exact same sprite. It's a little bit modified, but I like to think that this is Ralph's uncle or something.
He used to live in a castle, which is right nearby. We need to go in there and get 5 golden leaves for him.
So that whole Richard with all the frogs around him is a little bit of a callback to an obscure Japanese-only Game Boy game, where that Richard character is the protagonist and something about frogs in the game. I don't know much about it, but it's a really, really weird reference to throw in this game.
Yeah, I was mostly just confused as to why he had a bunch of pet frogs.
Yeah, only like the 2 people in Japan that would have played that game would know what that means. But from what I can tell, that game was kind of the precursor to this one because you could almost call it a beta Link's Awakening. A lot of the mechanics from this game came from that game.
It's a monkey.
Oh yeah. Zelda games and talking monkeys. This might be the first game with a talking monkey, though.
I think so.
Yeah. I don't recall any in Link to the Past. There's definitely not one in the first Zelda.
Nothing in there, at least not yet. There's another monkey.
Very Joy!
Where you get the bananas is at the beach, but I needed to do a few things first. So we're going to be coming back there later. God damn it.
Octoroks with wings.
It's disgusting. I don't think so.
I think this might be the only game that actually has winged Octoroks.
From what I can remember, yeah. This is the secret passage that will take us to the animal village, but we can't break through those crystals.
Yep, we're not going there yet. There's another way too, but you need another item for that way. So, sadly, we won't see the animals just yet.
I really hate those guys.
Oh,
The flying mushrooms.
So that is an enemy that comes back from Link to the Past.
There's a mermaid. We cannot talk to her.
How could you tell? It could just be a girl.
Oh god, there's too many things in here.
Yeah. I like how you didn't kill a single thing in that cave.
God damn it.
Every time.
That one I just straight up blanked. You see, I know it's a mermaid because she looks like that statue.
Okay, fine.
I know it's not just sprite limitations.
This one talks for some reason.
She wants to be pretty. And of course, the person who died in there buried a seashell, too.
Right. Hey, that was mine! Oh, so satisfying.
I love watching them rocket across the screen. Oh, this looks familiar.
Yeah, if you remember Link to the Past, you'll know what this is.
He also needs to sneeze. Thanks, I hate sleep.
Sleep sucks.
So this dude's in 3 locations. First time... Oh god. Caesar warning again.
Ugh.
First time he upgrades my magic powder capacity. Second time it's bomb capacity. Third time it's arrow capacity. I do not find the other 2 until like the end of the LP, so...
Now, I'm going to tell you this, and you'll probably be mad at yourself, but you can tell him no, and he'll move to the next thing.
Oh.
Like, if he'll say, I'll upgrade your magic powder, and if you say no, he'll say, oh, fine, I'll upgrade your bombs. So, yeah. Now you know.
Now I know.
So this is a new addition to the DX version. This mouse just loves to take pictures.
I don't want to take our picture.
Nah, we're drunk. It's probably best that our picture does not get out there.
Oh no, I think that's guaranteeing that the picture is going to get out there.
Okay, come on, I really want to take your picture. Love it.
And then he stabs me.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna sell your kidneys.
McFly was going to say his name is McFly, but he's punch drunk now.
I don't know your name, I found it on your shield. It's also written on your face. Yeah. So, the mouse takes your picture, and if you had the Game Boy Color printer, you could print them out on little stickers.
So we'll say that was evil McFly.
I was about to say, your first picture can also go very differently. There's a couple different pictures in this game where the mouse will take your picture that could be different depending on what you've done.
I feel like that's the only one.
Well,
because there's technically only 12 pictures you can get in the game.
Right.
But there is like a secret 13th one, which that one's just the variant.
Right.
And that one's cuter, I guess.
What I mean by that is, if you're trying to get a perfect game file, you can't get one of the pictures, too.
Yeah. You can only get one or the other. But now as we go through the game, depending on where we end up and at what point in the game, the photographer will show up and take our picture.
Whether we want it or not. Crazy Tracy. Absolutely, it's actually worth it.
Oh yeah.
So, the magic medicine, she's the one that sells it in this game.
As long as we have that on us, we will recover our health once we've lost all our hearts.
Yep. So, if you guys remember from the Oracle LP, it's the same thing as the red medicine. Now Yoshi is looking longingly at it.
Delicious. No, that's just the pathway up the mountain. Speaking of which...
Oh. This is an endgame area. What are you doing?
When you play the 8 instruments, the egg cracks and the thing inside dies.
It's also really tasty.
Look at that. Make an omelet out of that.
Yeah.
Coming back to this cave, we were in here before. But now I can remove that skull. It's just some money.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways to get money in this game. The only thing you really need a lot of money for, though, is the bow and arrow if you're not gonna steal it.
If you don't want your name permanently changed.
Right.
I mean, McFly may be drunk, but he's not a thief. There we go, like we said.
Picture time!
I like that some of these you get a little cutscene.
Right. The drunk plays with Bow Wow. I don't think that's a good idea, drunk.
Put your damn sword away.
You're antagonizing him.
Much closer, inside him, if you will.
Yeah, stick your head in his mouth. Perfect.
And we can get another one screen down. Oh, so you're peeping Tom now, huh?
Hey, let me get your picture. Let's put it in the newspaper. Got a thing for grandpas, do ya?
That'll be the headline, Drunk Discovers Secret.
What's the secret? He likes to talk on the phone? We knew that.
Evil McFly has returned briefly, to steal the bow again.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's actually a secret picture. We didn't see him, but the photographer took a picture of that.
Right. So this is the picture I meant. If you want a perfect game file that doesn't change your name, you can't get that picture.
Yep. In no truly perfect world will McFly have all of his pictures.
Ooh, time for a nap. I mean, come on. We've been up for a while.
By now, he's been knocked out.
I'm just gonna black out here for a while. Ooh. This is the other enemy in the game that mirrors your movement.
It's an eggplant with wings.
You can actually attack them from the front, unlike the Shy Guys, but it is easier to spin attack them. Now you've done it. Sick move!
God damn it.
Yeah, and they hit really hard. They do a lot of damage.
I'm actually here early. You see another one of those crystals. We don't have the item to break those, so I can get this chest, but I can't get the second one.
Yeah, it's actually better to wait until you have the item to do this, so you don't have to do it twice. And also, the item that you get makes fighting those guys way easier.
Yeah. It gives them.
But you can net a cool 100 rupees early, which is nice. Drunk wakes up with money in his pocket. What happened? The baby? It's Biff!
Biff is back. Papal. So named because he's the father of all the children in town.
Like, he's like, I'm gonna be lost in the hills later. Come find me.
So this is the beginning of the trading sequence. We got the Yoshi doll. Long ago we could have brought it straight here and get the next item. It's a bow. Or a ribbon, I guess.
I know a certain little puppy that wanted to be pretty.
Thank you for the ribbon!
Well, I don't have makeup, jewels, or dresses, but how about a ribbon? I stole it from a baby.
Kind of adorable.
Yeah, you really don't have any reason to come in here anymore, but for the rest of the game, that little Bow Wow now has a bow sprite. Which is super cute.
So while I was lost around here, I did come around here. And this side of the beach. It's not immediately easy to tell, but those are banana trees. There's a gator here.
Who likes dog food for some reason.
He's hysterical. If you talk to him before you get the canned food, he says he collects canned food.
Right. He collects it in his stomach.
Yeah. So there we go. And Kiki over at the castle wanted some food. And he's a monkey, so gotta keep that going.
Right. So, that's actually, you need to give the monkey the bananas to progress in the game, but that's as far as you are forced to take the trading sequence.
Oh no, there's one other point where it's required.
Oh, you're right. Yes, I'm sorry.
It is interesting that they actually weaved the trading sequence into the story, though.
Which is nice.
This is one of the completely missable photos, because we will eventually open this gate, and once it's opened, we won't get this cutscene.
Ah, Richard does have a sword. He seems a little more calm than his nephew Ralph.
That's what the picture actually looks like.
So, just so you guys know, it doesn't show you the picture right away. You actually have to go back to the mouse's hut to see it.
Sometimes it shows it, sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of weird.
Look at this.
Read like yeast.
I don't know if I want to walk on a bridge made out of sticks a bunch of monkeys put together.
It's made of monkeys.
We use the bones of our dead relatives.
And if we run out of bones, then, well, eventually we'll run out of relatives.
So this area is kind of like a mini dungeon area, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. We need to use this little passageway to get into the castle.
Mm-hmm. That room over there to the right with the Goombas in it is actually the same room that shows up on the Name Your Character screen.
Oh. I thought it looked familiar.
Yeah, not that it really means anything, but that's what it is.
No, I don't realize it, but some of the gold leaves are actually outside the castle. They're not all inside.
Yeah.
So, like, that bomber, we need to kill him to get one of them.
Right. You want to go play Whack-A-Night.
First leaf's really easy to get, just kill all the enemies in this room. Now these guys can be killed by the powder.
Yeah. And they turn into fairies, which is cool.
These guys are also killed by the powder. It's much easier.
There's power in the powder.
I probably should have just taken the piece of power. There, so that opens the gate. Once you've done that, you can't get the photo.
Goodbye 100%.
Luckily, I had a game saved since before, like, the second or third dungeon. Now that crow has another gold leaf. He's not gonna come down until we throw this rock at him, though. And just throws it in our face.
Let's say, thankfully it throws it at you and doesn't drop it in the water.
Oh, dick.
Yeah, this guy's not too fun. As long as you're quick getting to him. Oh, wow.
Vaguely reminds me of the Frenchman from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah. Something about him peeking up from the hole.
Yeah.
And this is not all that intuitive, but you bomb the walls and the knights come out.
They got concreted into the wall.
The first thing they do after being released for 400 years of being entrapped is being killed.
There's another thing that isn't intuitive at all, but it is a recurring mechanic, so I guess it's the point where it's taught to you. You throw a jar at the closed door.
Now we find an iron knuckle in a room with cracked floors, so you're kind of forced to stay close to him.
Luckily, he only throws the ball and chain in the 4 cardinal directions.
Yeah.
So you can dodge him pretty easily. Oops.
You're gonna fall as soon as this text box is over.
At last! Ah!
You dropped all your leaves. Time to start over.
Play bien.
Richard is French, I guess.
Don't talk to him. He repeats the entire text box.
Right.
I don't care. Until they're fully on the screen, they can't hurt you. Now, that's a weird-looking square. Wonder if that was an error, because you can't dig in it.
Yeah, it looks like it. Maybe it was supposed to be a pile of bones.
Maybe. These beetles are obnoxious. In the Oracle games, they would only show up in the grass and the rocks. In this one, they also show up under skulls.
I also feel like they show up a lot more often in this game.
Yeah.
Like, they toned it down a bit in the Oracle games. Yeah, are you ready to cut a lot of grass?
This is just a path. The spin attack does help.
Right, but as you can imagine...
There it is. In soil sleeps tonight.
I like to think that that owl statue's yelling at you, in all caps.
Joy! And then all the way back. Hey, thanks, my frogs ate my leaves. Now, an important thing to remember. The next dungeon is sort of blocked by a fence. You need to come here to unlock it, and then go all the way around to get into it.
It's actually kind of obnoxious. I think it's a little unnecessary.
The reason you can't go straight from his backyard is that there are holes on both sides of the border.
Right.
Now, I immediately forgot that I already gotten the seashell here.
I was about to say, didn't you already dig that one up?
But whatever, to give it context, it's right nearby the dungeon.
There you go.
So next time, Key Cavern.
I wonder if there's a lot of keys in it. Or are there keys? Is it Keys Cavern? I don't know, I got nothing.